Before I forget, we noticed you subbed Holt out in the ninth. What's going on there? Is he okay?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I think he's got, something with a lower back or something going on, so we just got him out.
You think
Going on.
Think he'd be okay to play tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He wanted to stay in, but I just took him out.
That's why you're Dave Van Horn. And with the offense, I know you talked last week. If you don't get it going, it's not going to be a good weekend. But you guys got it going today after a bit of a slow start. How good was it to see that? Just what was your take there? Rusty Filter talked about how patient you guys were. His team's patient, but you guys, I guess, are even more patient.
Yeah, I thought they were super patient early, and they were taking borderline pitches early in the count. I think we did the same thing, and we took some pitches that were more so-called pitchers' pitches, and just kept flipping the count, getting it in our favor, and got some big hits. It was really good to see our team do that. Fouled off a lot of pitches, and got a couple of big hits. And when Kendall dropped that ball into center field, and I truly believe that he got a double out of it because there was 2 outs, but I see he didn't have a double on the sheet here.
He was at first base.
That's incredible. I'm going to have a talk with him. I mean, how do you get to first base on a ball hit like that? You get to second because everybody else is running hard. So, yeah, that seems – I don't know. But it was just really good to see our offense kind of start clicking a little bit. And, when they brought in Hales, we knew exactly what we were getting. But we get that in the SEC every weekend, 95, 96, 97, 98. So we get. We're used to it. And he's got a really good arm between the pitch and the big leagues one day if he stays healthy.
Sometimes things work out where, guy didn't get a bunt down, he hits a home run. What did you think of that whole sequence?
And I didn't give him sacrifice bunt. I gave him bunt for a hit. And, he had the count at 2 balls and 1 strike, and we had a play on, and the ball almost hit him in the face. He didn't get the bat out of the way. It would have been 3-1. Instead, it goes 2-2, then he decides to hit one in the net, so I was good with it. So he's a good bunter. He would have got it done if I asked him to give a sac bunt there, but we were going to try to make them handle the ball a little bit.
Matt? Go ahead.
Hey, was Hunter Collins' velocity down there?
I don't know. I don't look at the board. What'd you get?
It looked like it was about 91, 92. What he topped out at.
Yeah, that's usually where he pitches. Now, if he knew he was going to throw one inning, he would go 94, 95. But he usually pitches 91, 93. But he'll go down a little lower as well because he throws about 5 different pitches, and that's his thing, changing speed. But I just feel like that they were on him, and it just didn't. Maybe it just wasn't a good matchup. So we just said, we're going to need to make a move here, and it worked out.
When it was 5-3, you had Tiger throwing in the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
I assume the big lead caused you to sit
Yeah.
down. Does that affect?
He was coming in. We had, a 2-run lead, and then it went to 4, and we said if it gets to 6 or more, he's not coming in, and that's what happened. Yeah, we're just going to try to win today. That's our thing, and so I would think that he would be available to go tomorrow if we needed him.
Andrew?
Yeah, you made some changes in your lineup and moved some guys around just throughout the game. What did you think of the way that the lineup played out, and just were you pleased with the way it looked today?
Yeah, I like the way the production up and down the lineup obviously was better today, and got a big hit from Parker Rowland, and then putting Borfin and Wagner down in the order. I mean, those guys usually hit 3 and 4, 3 and 5, 2 and 4. I've hit it all up in there. That's the slowest they've hit all year. They've been struggling. Wagner coming off the injury. His batting practice today's Friday. Wednesday's the best it's been all since he's come back. Today was pretty good pregame. He's getting close, but and it was good to see Jace hit that line drive off the fence. He hit it too hard. Need to hit a little less and elevate it, but still got to have more from those guys. Those are our run producers.
You mentioned the other day that Holland is pretty good at bouncing back.
Mm-hmm.
How much was that in the back of your mind when you were making a decision to pull him, that he could obviously pitch later in the week?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was not expecting me to walk out there right then and get the ball from him, but I just told him as I approached the dirt, I said, "You're going to pitch again." And pitching's hard. I mean, it's hard, and he didn't have his best stuff, and they were rolling today, so we made a move. But I think he can bounce back, and I would say he'll probably pitch again.
Tom?
Coach Filter brought up an interesting metric that you guys are one of the few teams, or the only team they face, that takes more pitches per at bat. 3.98, I think, to theirs 3. So, I mean, you're obviously aware of that. How did that maybe play into today?
It played in a lot, and if unless you just have a guy that's just pumping strikes, so to speak, you're going to have swing, and why wait around? But, to me, we watched a lot of video on Kitchen the last day or two. He's a strike thrower normally. He does have, I think he had maybe 30 walks coming into today overall, but a lot of innings, and usually that's the guy, that they felt they could start game one pretty much every series because he goes out there and gets after it. But then we also see that they usually get him after about 4 innings, and they have a good bullpen, and they like that bullpen. And when we started taking pitches and he got a little bit, just a little bit wild, it obviously it really moved the game over to in our favor.
And then Hales, I know you say you see 97, 98, but he was on every fastball it looked like. What was the plan maybe against him?
Yeah, I mean, probably have to talk to Coach Thompson to get too in-depth there, but, he's a strike thrower for a guy that throws that hard. A lot of guys throw that hard, and they're all over the place, and he's around the zone pretty good. And it was just to attack it. If he's right-handed, the ball really runs into you. The left-handers were just going to try to shoot the ball the other way. Righties, we just wanted him to get the head out. And, whether it worked or not, we did get some big hits, and, just proud of our guys for hanging in there.
You touched on the Peyton Holt defensive play. Your first big inning came right after that. Do you feel like it loosened up your guys at all?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's the word, loosen up, but I just think that they were like, wow, they just saved a run, and who knows how many, I think the ball was going to get to the gap. It was going to drop in. They were going to score one and have runners at first and third with 2 outs again, and they'd been kind of getting us a little bit there with 2 outs, or it seemed like with 2 strikes, we just couldn't quite put them away. They've got some good hitters in that lineup, guys that make a lot of contact. They're hard to strike out.
And then I've got one more on Tiger. You haven't pitched him in relief since he came back from the injury. How much is that an indication that you're fully comfortable with where he is in his rehab?
It's exactly what you said. He's 100% healed, and we just informed him today because we discussed how this game was probably going to go when we realized, how it could go because they're that good. That if we have a chance to win the game, we're gonna, and we've already used a couple of guys. We've got to finish it with him if we have that opportunity. And he was all about it. So, obviously, if it would have went smooth and however it goes tomorrow, and we're playing a game 3 and we hadn't pitched him, we were planning on starting him. Still might start him, but we're just going to try to win.
Bob?
And David, echo pitching question. I assume Hagan will start tomorrow, but I don't want to assume. Is he going to start tomorrow?
I would assume that he probably would, and I want to wait and see who wins first. Probably won't matter, but I'll tell you after the game tonight if you're still up.
Hey, I'll be here, man. You come. I'll come looking for you.
Okay.
And then McIntyre, how'd you think he pitched? And 85 pitches on a hot day, is it possible he could come back later this weekend?
He'll be able to come back. He's joking around with me out there. He'll be ready for Saturday. I said tomorrow's Saturday, and he goes, "Yeah, I know." I said maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. If it's, we'll see how it goes. But he likes throwing. He doesn't use a lot of energy throwing. He doesn't try to throw 95 because he can throw hard, but he just tries to pitch it upper 80s, 90, 91, and move it around a little bit. But we'll just have to see. I would say Sunday he would be able to pitch a little bit if we needed him.
Well, obviously he ate up innings for you, and he kind of bridged things, gave the offense a chance to get going. Just what you think of how he he came through for y'all today.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't have won if he wouldn't have come in there and slowed him down and gave us an opportunity to gain a little confidence and score some runs. But, you know, if you're an offense and you're trying to chase 2 runs in 3, 4, and 5, it gets tough. And, you know, he got out of that one inning at a runner with that third and 1 out and got a pop up and another pop up. That was big, getting us back in there. And then I think we came in and scored some more runs. So he did a great job. I mean, he's done a great job the second half of the season when we started using him out of the pen more, and he's been the guy.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Okay.